We have a lot of conversations about the economy. There's been a lot going on as we've discussed the economy, and Arizona has been positioned, as most experts around the country have said, in a very good place because of the industries that have come here, that Arizona's in a very good place, especially here in the Valley, to withstand any kind of a downturn in the economy because we're much more diverse. And one of the examples of that in Phoenix, and I know that so many people worked hard to make that happen, TSMC and the other industries. Well, at the Consumer Electronics Show, our Mayor Kate Gallego, is there representing the city of Phoenix, and she joins us from there now. Mayor, thank you for doing this.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Let's talk. First of all, let's talk about what's happening there. Can you kind of describe this is really, it used to be at the Consumer Electronics Show, it was about new TVs and DVD players, and I know I'm dating myself, but this really is about the cutting edge of the tech world, isn't it?
It is the most important technology conference in the world. It is incredibly large, and so many companies make their big announcements here. Phoenix is a forward-thinking city. We're investing in advanced technology, and it's important for us to be represented and tell our great story.
You know that the Valley has turned into, especially Phoenix, has turned into what people are saying is going to be the next generation, the tech hub of the country, if not the world. Is the industry starting to recognize that? Are people, when they meet you as the mayor of Phoenix, realizing that this industry is coming here?
It's incredible, the recognition we are finally getting in the United States, but we got a lot of work to do internationally. We are being known as a semiconductor hub, advanced healthcare hub, and just a great place to do business. I would say autonomous vehicles are getting a lot of attention as well from Phoenix.
Yeah, there's been at least one or two stories where that was a little concern, but I agree with you. I had some friends here, and anecdotally, I had some friends in town from my home state of Florida, and they had never seen a Waymo. They had never seen one of those vehicles, and they were blown away to see a driverless car on the roads, and it's second nature to us.
It really is proof that Phoenix is forward-thinking. I would say internationally, we're probably best known for semiconductors. So I'm getting a lot of questions about people who want to do business with TSMCs and their partners. A lot of the small semiconductor companies are very interested in moving to Phoenix because we have such great talent with our wonderful universities and just so many people who are in that advanced tech space. So we want to make sure that Phoenix is the best place for these small high-tech businesses to grow, and it feels like we're getting the right attention for that.
And the outreach, you being an ambassador for the city of Phoenix and them getting to meet the Phoenix mayor, finding it important enough to go to this conference, realizing what it does, it's got to be an upper hand because there's a lot of competition for these companies to come and employ their people. But you're kind of giving us the upper hand by being there, by being an ambassador for the city and explaining to them why it's such a good place to be.
What I've heard from people is that it gives the sense Phoenix is the world's biggest small town where you really can know the mayor and the economic development director. I was talking to a 6-year employee at the Consumer Electronics Show who said she's not seen a mayor come before. Maybe the Las Vegas mayor, because that's the host community. But I think it really matters that we want to support small business, but small business is big business in Phoenix. And it's also been a great time to spend time promoting some of the great companies we have in Phoenix. We have one, Pawport, which is a high-tech dog door that won a Best of Show award at CES. And so I get to brag about them. Another great company here with us is My Health, which works with Mayo Clinic to help people get treated at home and have all the support to go out of the hospital days early. They have a great partnership with AARP, and that's something that's gotten a lot of attention here as well. So I love bragging about our great high-tech startups.
And this is something that's been going on for quite a long time, and I know from your involvement in this, let's go back to TSMC and them coming into North Phoenix. That was years in the making, and that was a lot of involvement from business leaders, but also government leaders like yourself, correct?
Absolutely. For me, it started, I bought my first home in October 2008, which was the single month peak of the real estate market. So it just bottomed out as soon as I bought. And that really left a lesson with me that we needed a more diverse economy here. So that's why I've made it such a priority as mayor to say, yes, we want to have a great real estate economy, but we also need high tech and great healthcare. And so I've made it a real priority. Recruiting TSMC was my first trip as mayor. And again, they really appreciated that the mayor was involved and cared about them succeeding. And I think it's paid off because they're a very complicated project and I've needed to be personally involved, but they're paying it forward and they're trying to support our startups and our STEM student programs. So it's a win for people throughout the city.
Phoenix Mayor Kate Gallego is joining us from the Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas. And as you mentioned, and I agree with you wholeheartedly about small businesses, but when you have big industry like TSMC coming here, Intel that's been around for such a long time, what ends up happening is that smaller businesses who then feed that big industry crop up everywhere, and it gives that small entrepreneur an opportunity to do business with those big companies. So when bringing big business like that, you are really helping small business as well.
It really has been incredible because it gives our small businesses access to the most advanced technology and the people with the best training in the world. We've also gotten so much more attention out of Asia because we have better Asian food and Bank of Taiwan and just more support for companies coming in. And then our universities being involved has also mattered so much. The fact that ASU and the community colleges are working with these small businesses to make sure they have the incredible talent they need really sets us apart. Sometimes you've got to leave town to realize how special what's happening in Phoenix is, and we've just gotten a lot of feedback that we have all the parts coming together to make it successful for small businesses.
Yeah, next month I will have lived in Arizona for 30 years, so I've watched a lot of this change happen, and I was in the construction industry myself before radio, and I am so impressed with how Arizona has changed the valley, but what the city of Phoenix and the focus on, yes, bringing in industry, but also still focusing on the small business owners and making it easier for a small business to start up and then thrive in this valley.
It's pretty unusual for a city to be showcasing our small businesses in such an organized way, and they've told me that they're just thrilled to be included. It makes them feel like we really value what we're doing, and as they grow and succeed, I hope that means they'll stay in Phoenix and continue to invest in our community. And then it makes us lucky because we get the very best in, for example, healthcare technology. So, we hope no one listening has to be hospitalized soon, but if you can get out of the hospital a few days earlier because of the great small businesses in Phoenix, what a win.
Yeah, it's terrific. And I want to say again, thank you. It doesn't go unnoticed that our mayor is traveling to represent the city, that you find this industry and the other things around it so important that you're there doing this. I think it's a great move. I'm glad that you did it. And I appreciate the report. I know you're busy.
Well, thank you so much for letting me check in and really appreciate the partnership.
All right. Thanks, Mayor. That is Mayor Kate Gallego spending a few moments with us from the Consumer Electronics Show. We've been talking about the economy now for quite a while, and this is how growth happens. I'm a small government person. That's my philosophy. But when they are reaching out to the industry, when they realize that our taxes are paid because people are employed, and when they're making more money and they're doing what they can to foster real legitimate growth, I think it's the right thing to do to keep a stable and growing economy stable and growing. So I'm glad that she went. I'm glad we got that report.
Thanks for watching the Mike Broomhead Show. Catch up on Amazing Arizonans, a KTAR News podcast, and click the button in the middle to subscribe.